Hi, hello my dear children. Take care of your health. Stay safe. We'll continue chapter 2 polynomials in this session also. Then we are going to do sums in exercise 2.2, sum number 1. The question is, find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. Okay, so already we have learnt the relationship between the zeros and coefficients of a polynomial, isn't it, children? So let us recall that relationship and we'll start doing the sums. Okay, what is the relationship we are going to do for a quadratic polynomial? Okay, so if alpha and beta are the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial, then alpha plus beta, that is the sum of the zeros, should be equal to what? Minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x squared, that is minus b by a. b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x squared. And then product of the zeros is equal to c by a, that is the constant term of the polynomial by the coefficient of x squared. Isn't it, children? Now we are going to find the zeros of this given polynomial and we are going to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of this polynomial. Okay, so first step, you have to find the zeros of this polynomial. Okay, so let us take what? Alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial. Now we have already taken. Now we have to, how to find the zeros of this quadratic polynomial? We have to factorize this quadratic polynomial. Okay, and for factorizing this quadratic polynomial, we have to use the splitting the middle term. What is the middle term here? The coefficient of the middle term is minus 2. Okay, the coefficient of the middle term is what? This minus 2. Okay, and we are going to split this middle term in such a way. When you add the two parts, that is, if the middle term means what? We are going to divide it into two parts. Okay, with what condition? When you add the two parts, you have to get this minus 2. The same way, when you multiply the two parts, you have to get the product of coefficient of x squared and the constant term. Okay, children, so these are the two conditions you have to keep in mind when you are splitting the middle term. Okay, so first let us see what is the product. Product is what? Minus 8 into 1 is what? Minus 8. Okay, and we have to get what? Two parts. We have to find two numbers in such a way. What? When you add them, when you add the two numbers, you have to get minus 2. When you multiply the two numbers, you have to get minus 8. Okay, so for that, before finding the terms, let us decide the signs of the two numbers, the two parts. Two parts means we are going to split this minus 2 into two numbers. Okay, so let us decide the signs of the two numbers. So for that, if you consider any two numbers, one should be big, one should be small. Okay, so let us write here the big number. And let us write here the small number. Right? And then, now come here, it is minus 2. So when you are adding the two numbers, you are getting a negative answer. Okay, so the big number should be negative and the small number should be positive. Why? You may think this also should be, if you add negative and negative also, you will get negative. But when you multiply negative and negative, you will get positive. Here the product is negative and the sum is also negative. Okay, so whenever the product is negative, one number should be negative, one number should be positive. Both, when you multiply different signs, you will get the product as negative. Okay, now among the two numbers big and small, which will be negative? The big number will be negative and the small number will be positive. Why? When you are adding the two, you are getting a negative answer. That means when you deal with the two numbers, there are more negatives and less positives. So we have decided the sign. Now we have to find the numbers. That's all. So first you have to divide inside the sign and numbers. Now, so for finding the numbers, what should you do? You have to write the factors of 8. Okay. And when you are dealing with two numbers in a different sign, so when you add, what operation you will get? You will do the subtraction operation. Isn't it, children? So first let us take the two numbers. 1 8 are 8. So we have to, now if you consider 1 and 8 are the two parts of this number, you have, when you subtract 8 minus 1 is equal to 7. This we don't want, because we have to get what? This minus 2. So let us move to the next one. 8 is equal to 4 into 2. Now when it is minus 4 minus 2 is equal to, we are getting 2. So this is the one we want. Isn't it, children? So here you write 4, here you write 2. Now when you consider this, here when you consider the two numbers, when you are adding minus 4 and plus 2, more negatives, so answer will be minus 2. When you multiply these two, you are getting minus 2. Is it clear how to split the middle term into two parts? Okay, children. So this is very important step in this one. Okay, this is the first step. Now let us move to the second step. After deciding the two numbers, you just write the polynomial x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to, first you write x squared. In the place of minus 2x, what should you write? Minus 4x plus 2x. Then, now you have written minus 2x as minus 4x plus 2x. Then you write the constant term minus 8. This is the second step. Now the third step is, you group into two. Group these two first and group these two. When you are grouping these two, so this polynomial is divided into two groups. First group, second group, each containing two terms. Okay, now when you take this x squared is equal to what? X into x. And 4x is what? 4 into x. So when you take these two terms, the common term is x. So we are taking this common term x outside. And we are putting a bracket, opening the bracket. And then, what is the meaning of you are taking out? You are dividing x into x by x. So what is left over? X is left over. So x will be there. Next, when you are taking this x common, means you are dividing 4x by x. X and x gets cancelled, so 4 is there. Okay, now what sign here? Minus. Write that minus and 4. Is it clear, children, how we have factorized these two terms? So now x squared minus x is written as a product of x into x minus 4. Is it clear? Now next, here what is the symbol? Connecting the two group, which symbol is connecting? This plus symbol is connecting the two groups. So whatever symbol you have, write plus. The same symbol. Minus means write minus, plus means you write plus. Now let us take the two things. This is 2x, yes, minus 8. So 2x means 2 into x. 8 means what? 2 into 4. Now we have the common factor 2 in both terms. So write the common factor 2. X is not common. No need to write. Now open the bracket. So we are going to take 2 out. So what will be left? X. You take 2 out. What will be left? 4. What is the symbol? Minus. Sign is minus. So 4. Now we have written 2x minus x as a product of 2 into x minus 4. Is it clear? So we have written the first term as the product of x into x minus 4. We written the other two terms as the product of 2 into x minus 4. Is it clear now, children? So this is the third step. First step, second step, third step. Now if you see this, what is common? X minus 4 we are getting in the 2 in this factor. Now this is the term. What here x minus 4 is there. Here also x minus 4. Okay. So the linear polynomial x minus 4 is common in both terms. So now we are going to take this out. Okay. So x into x minus 4 and 2 into x minus 4. So we are going to take x minus 4. That means it has come out. What is left here? From this is the first one. This is the second one. From the first one, x minus 4 has come out. So what is left over? Open the bracket. Left over is x. Then what is the symbol here? Plus. Right, plus. And from this also we have taken, this is common out. That means what? We are dividing by both. So what is left here? This 2 is left here, x. So plus we have write in and 2. Now have you factorized, children? I think you have a confusion only in these two steps. Isn't it, children? So now I have clearly explained how are we factorizing this. First, how are we splitting that and how we have grouped into two parts and how we have factorized the two parts separately, and then we are writing the quadratic polynomial x squared minus 2x minus 8 as a product of two linear polynomials. Is it clear, children? So suppose again, even now you are not able to follow this. You are getting confused again. Now you might have understood and again you are not able to understand it. So at that time what should you do in the examination? You write, you find the zeros. Okay, you find the zero, not zeros, find the two parts. What are the two parts? Minus 4 and 2. What are the two parts? Minus 4 and 2. So straight away you write here x minus 4 into x plus 2. Here it is plus 2x plus 2 minus 4 minus. Okay. So in CBSE, when the examiners are correcting, suppose this sum, suppose if you get for 2 marks up to this half mark and writing the zeros half mark. Okay, so they will consider this as correct, seeing the rough column and give full mark for this. Have you understood, children? Suppose you get this question for 3 marks up to this 1.5, then not up to this 1 mark and half mark for writing the zeros. So if you write this step correctly, this step is very important. If you miss this step, you will not be given mark. Straight away if you write zeros, you will not be given marks. You have to show this factorization. Now it is written, everything is written in the rough column and you are writing this. Therefore, the examiner will give you full mark, 1 mark for this. Have you understood? So up to this, if you do correctly, you will get 1 mark. Step mark will be given in the examination. 1 mark. Up to this if it is correct. Now next what should you write? You have to find the zeros. Okay. So it's a product of 2 numbers. So 2 factors. So either it should be 0. If it is 0, the whole product will become 0. If this is 0, the whole product will become 0. Okay. So x minus 4, let us first equate this as 0. It should be 0, or x plus 2 should be 0. Okay. So x is equal to 4 or x is equal to minus 2. So these are the 2 zeros of the polynomial x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay. Now, so you write zeros are alpha is equal to 4 and beta is equal to minus 2. So up to this, if this is correct, you will be given half mark. If this question comes for 3 mark question. If this question you get for 2 marks, up to this half mark and here half mark. Anyway, half mark will be allotted for writing the zeros. So you should not miss any steps here. Okay children, now we have to do the next part of the answer, what? Verification. Okay, so first let us verify the first one. Let us write what is the verification. So this is the first part of the thing. Verification. This is the second part. That's the first part and this is the second part. Okay, so let us write the coefficients first. Okay, x squared, p of x is what? Minus 2x minus 8. So here what is A? A is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 2 and C is equal to minus 8. So first, sum of the zeros. Is equal to alpha plus beta. Should be equal to what? What is we got to verify? Minus b by a. So let us find alpha plus beta first. Is equal to, so zeros are what? Alpha is equal to 4 and beta is equal to minus 2. So alpha plus beta is equal to 4 minus 2. What do you get? 2. Now minus b by a is what? Minus b is minus 2, minus of minus. One. So is equal to 2. Write this as 1 and write this as 2. This is what? Alpha plus beta. What do you get? Now when you, what is this minus b? Minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x squared. Therefore from 1 and 2, what do you get? What do you get? Sum of the zeros. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. This is equal to what? Minus coefficient of x by okay. Next, we'll move the second one. What is the second one? You have to find the product of zeros. Is equal to, what do you get? 4 into minus 2. That is equal to minus 8. Now, coefficient of, what is the product of the zeros? It should be equal to what? Constant term by coefficient of x square. That is equal to c by a. That is equal to what? C is minus 8, a is 1, minus 8. Now you name this as 3 and name this as 4. So here this is what? Product of the zeros. What? Alpha beta is equal to c by a. What? From 3 and 4. So hence verify. Have you understood, children? So for verification, you have to verify what? Sum of the zeros alpha plus beta should be equal to minus b by a, and then product of the zeros should be equal to c by a. Alpha beta is equal to c by a. It is constant term by a coefficient of x square. Here minus coefficient of x square by the coefficient of x square. I think you may have understood this, and for this you will be given 1.5 mark. Okay, sometimes 2 marks for the first part, 1 mark for the second part. Like that also it may be divided. Okay, anyway you will be getting step mark. Thank you children. God bless you.